You know, guys, I really enjoyed doing that Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi review, and I feel like reviewing another old Dragon Ball game from my childhood. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna review Dragon Ball Raging Blast 1, and not Raging Blast 2, but Raging Blast 1. I loved this game as a little kid, like Ultimate Tenkaichi, but do I still love it now? Well, I used to think this game was better than Raging Blast 2, but looking back, I would say Raging Blast 2 is a superior game. But do I still love this game? I don't know. Well, no, I do know. I'm lying. I do know. But do I still love this game? Well, let's find out. Here's my review on Dragon Ball Raging Blast 1. Okay, now this was my first Dragon Ball game for the It was definitely my first Dragon Ball game for the Xbox. It definitely was. And if this wasn't my first Dragon Ball game for the Xbox, then I guess I would say Burst Limit. I'm pretty sure those were the first two Dragon Ball games I've ever played on the Xbox. And yeah, we still have Burst Limit, by the way, but we got it again for the PS3. Yeah, our PS3 has been lost for years. We do have a PS4 though, but we don't have it being capable enough to play PS3 games. But I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll be able to play Burst Limit again and maybe do a review on that. But this is a review on Raging Blast 1, so yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this game as a little kid, and this was probably my first ever game for the Xbox. I feel like I could be wrong on that, but this was probably my first game ever for the Xbox. So yeah, I've had a lot of good memories with this game. And does this game still hold up well as a 17-year-old boy? Well, let's find out. Okay, so the game starts off with a really nice intro, with original animation and all that stuff, and nice action. And it has this game's opening intro, which brings me to this point in the game. Okay, the sound of the game. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan of the sound of the game. The soundtrack to this game is awesome. Excuse me. The soundtrack to this game is awesome. I realized in my Ultimate Tenkaichi review that I accidentally said that my two favorite, if I'm correct, I accidentally said my two favorite Dragon Ball game soundtracks are Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and Raging Blast 2. But yeah, I accidentally messed up there. I meant to say Raging Blast 1, not Raging Blast 2. So yeah, my bad on that one. In Tenkaichi 2 are the two best Dragon Ball game soundtracks in my opinion. I love the soundtrack to this game. I think it's relaxing, catchy, awesome, and helps set the mood for Dragon Ball. And I also like the sound of this game too, like when you click on something or like when you scroll through stuff. I'm a big fan of the sound of this game. The sound of this game is pure gold, and good getting onto the graphics. Now, while I'd say Raging Blast 2 has better graphics than this, I would say that Raging Blast 1 does a better job with not making the characters look like action figures. Not making them look like toys, because, come on, why do they look like toys? What is this, Toy Story? But, what is this, Toy Story? The Lego movie? Come on. But yeah, I still think Raging Blast 2 is superior graphics. But Raging Blast 1's graphics aren't half bad, though. I still think the graphics look really nice. And I like how they add more detail to the stages and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot more detail in the World Tournament stage than there was in previous Dragon Ball games, so that was nice. Yeah, it's nice to view back at stuff, and yeah, I really like the graphics of this game, so this game's off to a good start. Nice opening, graphics, soundtrack, God-tier soundtrack in my opinion. Now let's get on to the story mode. Probably my favorite part of this game as a little kid. The story mode of this game is nice. It does a good job with capturing the story of Dragon Ball Z, although there were some fights that were left out, but I still think this game has a really nice story mode to it. And this was one of the only Dragon Ball games that feature Boost Bai, and that's a plus for me. Because I think that Boost Bai is easily one of, if not the best part of the Boost saga for me. It's nice. Goku Vegeta Boost Bai is awesome. One of the only Dragon Ball games that feature Boost Bai in its story mode. And at least from what I know, it's the only Dragon Ball game to put Boost Bai, to include the filler of Boost Bai in there too. Because it also includes the filler of Vegeta fighting against Gotenks and Piccolo. And this game does include that filler of Boost Bai, but it doesn't include all the filler of Boost Bai. Like, it doesn't have Goku and Vegeta eating the worms in Boost Bai, which is understandable because I don't think those worms I don't think I've ever seen those worms in any Dragon Ball game. Ever. Even though that is funny filler, but I can see why. It's pretty understandable why they would cut it out. But they also cut out Goku fighting the imposter of Gohan in Boost Bai. And you want to know why they left it out? Because, Goku was fighting an imposter of Ultimate Gohan in that filler. And it was Ultimate Gohan in this game for some reason. No, that's also why they didn't do Ultimate Gohan versus Super Buu. What? Like, okay, I'll complain more about that. Okay, I don't want to complain too much about this game not having Ultimate Gohan yet. I do want to focus more on that when I talk about the roster of the game, but still, like if I were them, I think I would just use the normal adult Gohan for that. But yeah, I'll complain more about this game not having Ultimate Gohan later. But yeah, you still get the filler and boost buy on like probably any other Dragon Ball game ever. And yeah, there's also some nice there's also a nice what if section on there that has some pretty interesting stuff. Like what if Gogeta and Vegeta fought against each other? What if Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3? And yeah, and also this game has a couple of interesting excuse me again. This game also has a couple of interesting what if characters in it. Like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Both pretty interesting characters, and I'll go more into in-depth with them when I address the character roster later in this video. Okay. But yeah, there's some nice what if fights in this game. You know, it's something nice and unique for the story mode. And there's also the Star Shop. Yeah, and also not to mention the story mode. While the story mode is long, you don't really have to do it in order. You can skip sagas, you can skip ahead in the sagas, so that's nice. That's something nice and different for the Dragon Ball Z story mode, but not like, well, like, yeah, there's previous Dragon Ball games where you don't have to do the story in order, but there's like, you know, how do I explain this? It kind of works a bit differently in Region Blast 1. I don't know how to properly explain it. My grammar can get pretty messed up at times, but yeah, Region Blast 1, there's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's different in Region Blast 1 than it was in previous Dragon Ball games. But yeah, there's another bad part of the story mode though, apart from cutting out fights. There's the Star Shop. You have to unlock, there's some fights you have to unlock through the stars, and that's also where you can unlock costumes, music, that kind of stuff. And, okay, collecting stars is stupid in the game. Stupid. Okay, you collect stars by doing story mode fights. That's the only way to get stars, but guess what? Until you have completed that story mode fight, you can't collect any stars. So this means you have to do every story fight at least twice in order to get every star. What? That's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Why can't we get the stars from the first time we do the story mode fights? Why do we have to do it twice? Why do we have to do it multiple times? That's stupid. That's stupid. Yeah, and this is how you unlock certain story mode fights in this game. And this also what helps you to unlock Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly, because, you know, in order to unlock them in the game, you have to do certain story fights in the game, such as that what if fight I was talking about, like with what if Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3, and the other one I was talking, and no, I wasn't talking about it, but it's the fight that covers the Broly Second Coming movie. You have to complete those fights in order to unlock Super Saiyan 3's Vegeta and Broly, and you have to get 20 stars each to unlock both of those missions. So that means you have to get 40 stars. You have to get 40 stars to unlock both Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly. So yeah, have fun playing at this game for a while in order, if you want Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Because yeah, I'm sorry, but it takes that much to unlock the two characters. I'm sorry. And yeah, it wouldn't be as bad if you could always unlock stars from the first time you play those story mode fights. It's stupid how you have to do them at least twice to get every star, but hey. But yeah, that's the biggest problem with the story mode. But to mind those small flaws, it is a good story mode. Yes, it leaves out fights, but it's not like how Budokai Tenkaichi 3 story mode skips fights. It's still a really good story mode nonetheless, and one of the best things about the game, easily in my opinion. By the way, I forgot to mention that this game was actually my introduction to Boost Bai, because, you know, I was playing through that Boost Bai fight in this game, and, you know, I didn't know what part of the story it covered, but then I was watching Boost Body. I was watching Goku and Vegeta, that part of Dragon Ball Z where Goku and Vegeta were in Boost Body off of my Wii U gamepad a few years later, and then I understood what Region Blast 1 was covering with that. And yeah, I kept watching Goku and Vegeta in Boost Body over and over again back then on my Wii U gamepad back in 2014 and 2015. Good times. Love that part of Dragon Ball Z. Easily one of my favorite, if not my most favorite part about the Boo saga of Dragon Ball Z. Alright, moving on. Another saga in the game, another mode in the game I want to cover is tournament mode. Okay. So something new that they added into tournament mode was you can now have the narrator narrate the fight the whole way through. But yeah, if you don't like it, there is an option to turn it off. But yeah, I still think that's something nice for the game. It makes it feel more like you're at an actual tournament, not just playing normal fights. And yeah, that's something nice. And another thing, tournament works well like it should. And I thought the Region Blast 1, you could pick your opponents in tournament mode. You could pick your CPU opponents. You could pick your computer opponents in tournament mode, like you could in like you could in Rage and Blast 2. I thought you could do that in Rage and Blast 1, but after going back to playing Rage and Blast 1, after not playing it in a while, I realized, oh, no, you can't do that. It's a thing in Rage and Blast 2, but not in Rage and Blast 1. That's why I prefer tournament mode in Rage and Blast 2 than Rage and Blast 1. And also because in Rage and Blast 2, you also get other people, aside from the narrator, talking during the fight, so there's that too. But yeah, I still think the story mode in the tournament mode in Rage and Blast 1 works really well. You get to fight in the World Tournament, Cell games, works well, like it should. And I'm not even close to being done with covering all the game modes in this game, no. There's also Arcade, KO Attack, Survival, Time Attack, Score Attack, Dragon Ball Battle, which isn't a mode that's available all the time. It's just like, you know, if you do these other modes I'm listing off right now well enough, it's available if you do all these other modes I'm listing off right now on this list. I just text it down for myself, so, you know, I don't forget them. It's just available on, like, you know, on these other modes that I texted myself on this list. So, you know, I won't forget to do them. And if you do those other modes well enough, there's Dragon Ball Battle where you can, or, you know, you do a battle, and, you know, once you get a battle, you get a Dragon Ball, and you collect all 7. There's Shenron, you know, and, you know, that kind of stuff that happens in the show. You get a wish and all that stuff. So yeah, collecting Dragon Balls isn't really as random in this game as it is in previous Dragon Ball games. But yeah, there's Dragon Ball Battle, Team Battle, Destruction Mode, Punching Machine, Extreme Battle. Whoa! A bunch to do in this game. I haven't even mentioned Versus and Online yet. Yes, there's Online Mode. Nice to be able to play with people around the world. Online Mode, a mode I didn't cover when I did my Ultimate Tenkaichi review. Nice to play with people around the world, even though I've never played the Rage and Blast games. I don't think I've ever played the Rage and Blast games online. Heck, I probably haven't played any of the Dragon Ball games online, to be honest with y'all. Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's all those modes. They're all enjoyable. Yeah, they're all enjoyable. Like team, like the team mode, the team battle mode. That's okay. So you remember how in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 there's like there was a Mission 100 thing where it gives you a bunch of teams to play against, and, you know, you get to pick what team you get to play against and all that stuff, and it tells you how well you did in the fight against those teams. That's pretty much what this is. It's kind of like, it's like that. And yeah, something that I hate about Tenkaichi 3 is that how it didn't always save your progress on how you did in those team battle fights. But here in Rage and Blast 1, it does always save your progress. So well done, Rage and Blast 1. Yeah, for this, I think I probably like this mode in Rage and Blast 1 better than that mode in Tenkaichi 3 because of that, even though I think Tenkaichi 3 is a better game than Rage and Blast 1. So yeah, there's that nice mode that works similarly to the Mission 100 in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I think it does it better. Yeah, there's also Destruction Attack where you have to, you know, like, destroy as many buildings in a stage. It's a pretty fun mode. There's also a Punching Machine where you take Videl, you know, to punch a punching machine thing. Pretty interesting mini game that's different for Dragon Ball games. Yeah, there's also Arcade. Okay, so in Arcade you fight through 10 battles and you get money after each battle. And yeah, this is a nice mode. It reminds me of a lot of those modes in those Naruto games where you fight 10 battles, and those old Naruto games where you fight 10 battles. That's what it reminds me of, you know, like with Time Attack and Score Attack and all that stuff. And speaking of Score Attack, here's Score Attack. In Score Attack, you have to get as many points as possible against an immortal enemy. Yeah, something nice and different. There's also Time Attack. A nice mode where you can see how quick you can kill 5 weak opponents. Nice mode. And KO Attack, another good mode for when you want to beat your computer's opponents, or when you want to beat up your computer opponent. What's the goal of this mode? See how many people you can kill within 300 seconds. Survival, this is a mode that I think I beat like once in the game. In Survival, you're up against 50 people on the same stage, and, you know, the fight goes on until either you die or, you know, you've already beaten 50 people. I've done this mode multiple times in this game. I think I've only beat it once in the whole game. I think one time I lost it when I was up against the last player, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, the last person you fight in this mode, if you make it to the last person in this mode, then the last person you fight in this mode is a clone of who you're playing as. I think I could be wrong on that one. I don't know. I haven't played that part of the game in a while. No, wait, no. I think I did try and play that part of the game maybe around a month ago, but the game glitched that certain part. But yeah, it's still a really fun mode though. Extreme Battle puts you up against strong opponents, and, you know, the more you go, the harder and the stronger, the harder it is, and the stronger the opponents get. Wow, there's so many game modes. Yeah, there's so many game modes in this game. Oh my gosh, there's so many game modes in this game. Yeah, and what's Raging Blast 2? Yeah, Raging Blast 2 was like a downgrade with the amount of game modes you can do in that one because, there's not as many game modes you can do in Raging Blast 2 as you can in Raging Blast 1, even though I still think that Raging Blast 2 is a better game. But with the amount of game modes you can play, yeah, this is one of the things I think Raging Blast 1 does better. These are all nice game modes, and help make the game solid, and help give you more to do than just story, tournament, versus and all that stuff. All right, next thing to talk about with this game, customization. Customization. Yep. This game's customization is not as limited as later games like Raging Blast 2 or Ultimate Tenkaichi. There's more stuff to offer with customization in this game, and definitely my favorite part about customization in this game is how you can change the super attacks of characters. That's nice. You could do custom move sets where you change the super attacks of characters and all that stuff. Yeah, and you can do the same thing in Raging Blast 2. You can also change the super attacks of characters in Ultimate Tenkaichi, but it's it works differently than how it does in the Raging Blast games. And I guess it does make sense. It's Ultimate Tenkaichi is not part of the Raging Blast series, even though it was made for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, like the Raging Blast games were. And it came out right after Raging Blast 2. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite part of customization in this game. How you could change super attacks in Ultimates. With the Ultimates, at least from what I know, that's only the case with Goku, because Goku has 3 different Spirit Bombs in this game. That one he used on Vegeta, the one he used on Frieza, and the one he used on Buu. And yeah, there's some tricks in this game to be able to use Goku's Spirit Bombs they use against Frieza and Buu in this game. But I forgot how to do it, guys. I forgot how to do it, guys. I forgot how to do it, but I'm sure you can still figure it out fine by Googling it or YouTubing it. Like I said, that's definitely my favorite part of customization in this game. It's really awesome being able to change super attacks and ultimates of to change the super attacks of your players for your own custom moveset. You could literally make a moveset where they all just have one super attack. Yeah, that can make fights harder on you. Okay, so now gameplay. Now the controls of this game are simple and easy to understand. Yeah, the controls of this game are simple and easy to understand. You're able to change the controls. It works fine, and like the Budokai Tenkaichi games, it's more like on a 3D platform. The gameplay's more on a 3D platform. Unlike the Budokai games which are on a 2D field, and that's also on Burst Limit 2, which was also on a 2D field, but you get a 3D field here in Raging Blast. But I think the gameplay works really well in Raging Blast. There's a problem I have with the camera. When you're up against the wall, it can zoom in. The camera can zoom in, and you could have trouble seeing what's going on. But yeah, you are able to shift the camera. You are able to shift the camera and fix that problem, but I don't remember the exact control on how to do that. I think every time I've done that in the game, I've done it by accident. Yeah, the controls work fine. They're simple and easy to understand, and they work nice for beginners of the game. Now, okay, but something I don't like about the gameplay though is how I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to do this, but okay, how in Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3 you could they have this option to turn off computers transforming during battle, transforming in battle. You could turn that off for computers. Have them. You could turn off computers transforming in battle. You remember how in the Budokai Tenkaichis 2 and 3 you could do that? Well, in the Raging Blast games, it's gone. It's gone. Just completely gone. So, yeah, computers can transform in battle pretty fast. So, yeah, if you guys don't want your computers transforming in battle, then I would recommend beating them in enough time before they would transform in battle. Yeah, that can get kind of annoying. It's not a big deal, but seriously, I don't understand why they took out that option. I would definitely have let that option in if I were them. Seriously, why'd they take it out? That was a cool option. That was a cool option for when you wouldn't want computers to transform in battle. Again, not a big deal, but I would still say it's a problem for me. So it's still kind of annoying when computers transform in battle when you don't want them to. But yeah, again, not a big deal, but it's still a problem for me. Yeah, another thing about the gameplay of this game was they had some new attacks to, like, yeah, there were some new attacks they added to this game, like Super Saiyan 2 Goku's Meteor Impact move or whatever it is, for example, where it's basically that one move he used against Kid Buu during that one fight, where he puts some being on his opponent, and then he fires a big yellow blast at them, bouncing, pushing them back. And there's also a nice beatdown for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, where he kicks the opponent around and he ends it with a Kamehameha to the face. Pretty brutal attack, huh? Yeah, so that's a nice addition. Yeah, another nice super attack that they added into this game. Another nice attack that they added into this game that I really like was First Form Cell's ultimate, where it's this move that he used on Piccolo when he blasted Piccolo, where he punches his opponent in the face, picks him up, and blasts him like he did to Piccolo in the show. Now they don't include the part where Cell throws the opponent into the water, but it's still a really good attack. I don't think it was too necessary to put that in, even though that's what he did to Piccolo in the show when he used that move. So, yeah, about done with this. All right, what else? Okay, what other attack in the game is worthy of talking about? Well, there's some cool new moves for Vegeta Scouter, like where that one move where he puts some beating that he used in the Namek Saga up against the fight with Jace, where he puts some beating on his opponent and gives him a blast to the face and does a smile before giving that opponent a blast to the face. And this one move he used against Frieza is in the game too, where he does like a pose, where he does like a pose like this. Like imagine this pose, like imagine something like this, but up in the air. Imagine up in the air because I can't fly. Yeah, he does like a pose like this, and does that big blast. So yeah, that's Vegeta Scouter's ultimate in the game. In previous games, his ultimate was Dirty Fireworks, and even though I've never played Budokai Tenkaichi 1, I know his ultimate in that game was a Super Explosive Wave. But in Rage and Blast 1, nope. The Rage and Blast game says ultimate is that attack that I was just talking about. So yeah, there's other new attacks in the game that I could talk about, but I don't want to drag this video too long talking about all the cool new attacks in the game. So yeah, let me move on. There's some other cool new things that this game added into this game, like how you could deflect some super attacks. You could break the ground at some stages, and you can interrupt someone when they tag out and you do a battle up in the sky with them. You know, the sky becomes night when you power up. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. There was a lot of cool new stuff added into this game. Into this game. This game has a bunch to offer. And yeah, now I want to go more in depth with the character roster. Okay, compared to Dragon Ball games like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast 2, like compared to Dragon Ball games like Budokai Tenkaichi, compared to Dragon Ball games like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast 2, for example, the roster in this game isn't very good, but it's still a really good roster, though. It still definitely has a better roster than other Dragon Ball games like Burst Limit or Ultimate Tenkaichi. Yeah, it definitely has a better roster than those games. Yeah, this game does have a good roster. You get a lot of the important characters from Z, and you don't really get any of the characters that debuted in the movies apart from Broly. And the character roster in this game, it's a good roster. Definitely not the best roster in the Dragon Ball game, but it's still a good enough roster that it features a lot of the important characters in Z. A good roster, but it's not perfect though. Mainly because of this problem I was talking about earlier. Why doesn't this game have Ultimate Gohan? Where is Ultimate Gohan in this game? Seriously, they have normal adult Gohan? Heck, they even have Ultimate Gohan Absorbed Buu in this game. They even have Buu, the version of Buu where he has absorbed Ultimate Gohan in this game, but no Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, and if you guys want to know if Ultimate Gohan appears for when you play as Gotenks Buu and you transform into Gohan Buu, if you want to know if Ultimate Gohan's in that part where Buu absorbs Ultimate Gohan for that transformation, well, I don't think I would exactly say he is. I think they just basically took some shots of base form Goku and just cropped them so it doesn't look too much like it's Goku instead of Ultimate Gohan. That's what it feels. That's what I think they did. So yeah, you can't see too much of Ultimate Gohan even right there. Seriously, you have normal adult Gohan and Gohan Buu, but not Ultimate Gohan himself. How can you have Gohan Boo, but not Ultimate Gohan himself. That's like having Perfect Cell, but not Android 18. Seriously, imagine a Dragon Ball game where you have Perfect Cell, but not Android 18. That's what it's like here. That's what it's like here. It would also be like if you had Second Form Cell, but not Android 17. So, like, why isn't Ultimate Gohan in this game? Why? Did they forget to put him in or something? Why isn't he in this game? It's so weird how he's not in this game, yet you still have normal adult Gohan. And again, like I've said before, even Gohan Boo. Biggest problem with the roster there. And this game also doesn't have like other small characters, so those tiny characters that we would see clones of in the show, like Cybermen and the Cell Juniors. And Kui wasn't put in the game either. He would later all those characters I just said were taken out of the roster would later be playable characters in Raging Blast 2, fortunately. And what other character was left out in this game? Well, there was also Deborah, who would again later appear in Raging Blast 2. He was even in, if I'm correct, he was even in the demo of Raging Blast 2. So this game, the character roster of this game is still good though. Yeah, it's missing some characters, but it's still a good roster that features a lot of the important characters of Z. And another cool thing that the roster did was how it threw in Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Broly. Those are what if characters, but I don't care if they're what if characters. They're still really cool characters. I love playing as Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Awesome. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is awesome to play as, and it's nice to have Vegeta play Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in the game. And Super Saiyan 3 Broly, that's interesting too. Nice for there to be a Dragon Ball villain that can go to Super Saiyan 3. Not just the Z fighters. Let's have Broly. He was actually a Saiyan go to Super Saiyan 3, even though he was like never shown to go Super Saiyan 2. Although I can imagine there being Dragon Ball fan art that shows him being in Super Saiyan 2. Seeing Dragon Ball fan art that has GT Goku in Super Saiyan 2. So yeah, despite the roster's flaws, especially with not putting in Ultimate Gohan, it's still a good roster nonetheless, and it's not the worst Dragon Ball roster ever. Yeah, its roster is not as like missing of characters as Ultimate Tenkaichi is, but yeah, as for the costumes are good as well. Although there's some costumes that are missing, like Goku's like that one outfit that Goku wore when he landed back on Earth. After his fight with Frieza, and there's one costume that I thought they had in the game, and that was like Future Trunks with the sword without the jacket. That costume's gone in this game for some reason. And what do you get instead? Future Trunks, a palette swap costume with Future Trunks being that's basically like, if I'm correct, it's basically the same as Future Trunks' normal costume, just with a black jacket instead of the blue jacket. Wow. I thought that was in the game, but when I went back to replay it, I realized that, they didn't put that costume in the game, and they instead gave him a black jacket. Which, I'm not saying that black jacket costume's bad. No, it's a good costume, but more worthy of keeping than that costume with him without the jacket? Nah, I don't think so. But Raging Blast 2 fixed that mistake. Raging Blast 2 would later fix that mistake. And, the costumes are good, even though there's some costumes that are missing. Still good, though. Still good. And, I think that's about it. So, I think I've covered a good chunk of stuff about this game. So, what are my overall thoughts on this game? Do I still love it? It's still a really good game. Not the best, definitely not the best Dragon Ball game, but still a really good game. It's still a nice classic for me. I've had a lot of fond memories with it, and it's a nice Dragon Ball game to remember. Not as good as Dragon Ball games like Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3 or Raging Blast 2, but it's still a really good game. I'd give it definitely better than that last Dragon Ball game I reviewed, Ultimate Tenkaichi. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. An A-tier game, 8 out of 10, and an A-tier game, 8 out of 10. Maybe it's not that worthy of playing compared to other Dragon Ball games, but it's still a really good game. And I think it's good enough. It's a nice thing to remember. And, I don't think it's that bad of a buy. Okay, so, guys, that's about it. What are your guys' thoughts on this game? Feel free to tell me in the comment section down below. For me, I think it's a classic game from my childhood, and it still holds up really well. It holds up really well like it should, unlike Ultimate Tenkaichi. And that's my overall opinion on the game. Nice classic game. And, that has a lot of game modes to offer, a lot of good stuff to offer. And yeah, overall, those are my thoughts on this game, or your guys' thoughts on the game. Feel free to tell me in the comment section down below. And also, just so you guys know, this video is actually, yes, this video will be getting uploaded on Saturday, June 25th, 2020. But it is being pre-recorded on Friday, June 24th, 2022. But it is getting uploaded the next day, so I'll have a video for tomorrow. Because, you know, I do enjoy uploading videos every day. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the game, and that's all for this video, guys. Bye, everyone, and thank you all for watching this video.